All right, we're live from Crawdaddy's, and I got special guests here today, folks. These are two guys that have contributed so much to sports here in Visalia. On my right here is legendary Stanley Simpson. He's known as Mr. Visalia, and Stan, you owned the Oaks from 80
in the 80s, yeah,
82 to 89.
Correct.
And I think, Stan's also known because he's been the biggest insurance agent in this area for 100 years. So I'm honored that he will take time to sit with me. But anyway, that was so cool. I remember that the coolest thing that ever happened was when the great Don Drysdale joined you, right? Can you give us like a little recap of how you guys even met?
My partner and I, Don Higgins, who's a local doctor, since passed away, we had obtained the Oaks because we didn't want to lose them. We had gone about 14 years before without them. So anyway, we decided 89 was the time to sell, and they had a close friend who grew up a little younger than I am, Jerry Roberts, who was a certified public accountant in Los Gatos, and he and his partner, Nick Lampros, they handled a lot of professional athletes and actors and actresses. One of them was Don and Annie Drysdale. Don's wife Annie was a big UCLA.
Was Don living down in LA? He was calling the games with Ben Scully
they
at
were
the time,
living in Pasadena, and he was
doing the play-by-play.
Play-by-play. So anyway, they got to us and all that, and we began dealing with each other. And Don's a very nice guy, a shade standoffish at the time, but thorough in his research. So we ended up selling to them, and first year, which was 90, Don was kind of aloof and we didn't have much contact. In 91, we wrote his homeowners insurance and all that, and all of a sudden, at the start of the season, I began to get a call every day about 4 o'clock from Don on his car phone on the Pasadena freeway at Dodger Stadium. And you'd have a quick insurance question, which would be 30 seconds. Then we'd talk baseball for a half hour.
I would have loved
and that's how we got to be friends. And Wolfie came up, and we're going to that.
Did you ever meet Drysdale?
Yes.
Wolfie?
Yes.
But anyway, that year we got closer and closer. Then Jim and I ended up doing some things with him. And in January of, I think, 91, Jim, he asked us to come down and play in his Don Drysdale Hall of Fame Legends golf room that he had at Morningside Country Club in Palm Springs. And we did. And the Hall of Fame he had wasn't just baseball players. It was all athletes. Football, basketball, golf, hockey, and soccer, and all that. So we ended up going down and playing that 1 year, and Jim can tell you more about it. The sad thing is, not long after that fall, Don passed away.
You know what? And he's in his 50s when he had a heart attack, right?
58, yeah.
God, I can't believe that's been a long time ago.
Yeah. But he was Don was a class.
Well, I mean, I was thrilled that he was Don Drysdale. The great Don Drysdale was owning the Visalia Oaks, and I just really enjoyed that year. I got to shake hands with him. He's always a hero. But hey, over to my left is Jim Wolford. I don't even know where to start with the great Jim. I don't want to call him great. I love this guy. He's a friend of mine. But Jim Wolford is from my high school, Mount Whitney High School, and he graduated in 1970. Were you born here?
69.
69? You that's right. You graduated from Whitney. In 1969. Were you born here in Visalia?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so I got to tell you something. We both had the same baseball coach, the great Art Shawsley.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, before I knew you, I used to hang out and I'd talk to Shaws. You know what he said about you? He said Wolford hit nothing but line drives. If the ball was hit by Wolford, it was a line drive.
Well, it could be, yeah.
He was a great coach.
Yes, he was a great coach.
Hey, you played all those years in the major leagues, but don't you remember your days in high school?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you never forget where you came from, right?
No, I don't forget. We had Dick Getker, Shaws, Al Branco was my JV coach.
Hey, I just didn't think, is Branco great or what?
Oh,
I didn't know he coached baseball.
Yeah, he did. We played JVs.
Well, he told me that the other day, and I didn't even realize
he did.
Coach baseball. Okay, so you go to Mount Whitney, and you graduate in 1969. Yes. And then you could have signed right out of high school.
Yeah, the Angels drafted me in the 11th round, but it was $12,000. My dad said he's going to COS because
1969, that was big money.
well, it was
I'm
okay.
kidding.
No, but and it worked out. I went to COS because I had a chance to go to USC, but I didn't want to tie myself up 3 years, so I went to COS, which was a good decision.
So you played 1 year for Bert Holt.
Yes.
And with Pete Biden was there too.
Yes,
right?
he did. Pete.
If you guys don't know,
that's another legend.
That's a legendary baseball man in this area. That he had Fresno State, and then he came down.
I love Pete.
They actually called the stadium up there.
That year, COS won the state football title. And Bill Betancourt was.
We had a big interview about that with the great Al Frank.
Baseball team won this finals when we got beat by Cerritos. So you'll never see that.
Do you know, I grew up. First couple of years of my life was a block away from Cerritos College.
That's true. Wally Kincaid was the first guy put in the Hall of Fame in junior college baseball.
No kidding.
They were 44-4.
Wow. But you guys hung in there. And
yeah, well,
that would have been a trip if that year that you guys would have won the state championship. That we'd have had 2 state championships.
Oh yeah, it was really unbelievable. But they had 9 guys sign off that junior college team.
That was 1970.
Yes.
You know what was happening in 19? You know how long ago that was? The Beatles were breaking up. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, that's Stone Age stuff.
Well,
okay, so
it was good. I mean, we got beat, but it was good, and I was proud of COS winning. I went to all the games that year. Football was great, and it was special time.
Man, I loved COS back in those days.
USC, you were going to play for Rod Davis.
Yes, I was. They won 3 national championships in a row. But
thanks for that input, Eddie. Thank you.
True. Rod was everybody's Tiger. I called everybody Tiger.
So you go to COS, play for a year for Bert, and then you signed with the Royals.
They drafted me that winter, 3rd round. I had a really good season, All-American Player of the Year, all that stuff. And the Royals gave me first-round money. And
first-round money in 1970.
$42,000.
$42,000. You remember when Johnny Bench was here a few years ago?
Yeah.
Remember what he said? The first year he won the MVP. He didn't even make. I think he said he made $30,000.
The minimum when I came up in '73 was $15,000.
$15,000. You know what they pay the backup catcher in the major leagues now?
$3.5 million. Aaron Barnes.
Yeah, they carry the money in a.
I know. Aaron Barnes pays $3.5 million.
Okay.
Austin Barnes.
So anyway, you're starting to play. How many years did you play with the Expos?
The Expos? I played 4 years.
Okay, you signed with them. And you played 4 years.
Royals. The Royals.
You signed with the Royals.
Okay, no problem. That's all right. They drafted me. I went to Rookie League, Pioneer League. Then I came to Cal League.
Did you play? What?
San Jose, the Bees,
okay.
And it was almost AA. If you played Cal League, it was a good league. So I jumped to AAA the next year. Then I'm playing with men. I was Rookie of the Year. I was leading the league in hitting.
How old are you then?
21.
21?
I got married. My wife was 19.
You've been married all these years.
52 years.
Did Rosie Gilhousen sign you?
Yes, he did. Yeah. Rosie all I had was a stopwatch.
Oh, it's old time stuff, man. They didn't do it with the computer.
No.
So anyway, we can't do this too long.
Okay.
So anyway, you left the Kansas City.
Yes.
And then what happened? You got traded?
Yes, I got traded to the Brewers. Darryl Porter, which is a great player, and a few other of us. And then I went to the Brewers.
Wait, Darryl Porter, the catcher?
Yes.
Oh
yeah, he's a good player. I would trade for Brewers.
Well, Darryl Porter was the
number one.
He caught for the World Series team in '85.
Yeah, Cardinals and Royals.
Royals.
Yeah. No, Darryl's a great player, but and then I signed as a free agent with the Giants. I got to come to the National League, which I really love.
Okay, tell me about, because we're all Giant fans. How you were with the Royals and then you got released or what?
No, I played 5 years, traded the Brewers, played 3 years with the Brewers, became a free agent, signed with the Giants in 1979. So I played 80, 81, 82 with the Giants.
Who was managing?
First manager is Dave Bristol. The next 2 years, Frank Robinson.
Oh, wow. You played for the great Frank Robinson.
Yes, I did.
And then that you played. What was the last year you played?
86, and then Pete Rose called me back in 87 to play. Pete loved me, but that was the year when he had some problems.
Wasn't there a time? Oh yeah.
He had a few problems.
Yeah,
going.
he liked horse racing. And,
Yeah.
I had to like betting on the other.
So I went home. I said, I'm going to be a broker. I said, I love you, Pete, but I'm going home.
Yeah. So now he's legendary stockbroker.
Well, I don't know about
Visalia,
that, but
we appreciate him hanging around.
I like money.
Bars. Yeah, well, who don't?
Who does it?
But anyway, so you ended up with the Giants. But wasn't there a time when you kind of retired and they asked you to come back?
No, that was Pete Rose. I mean, I was
Oh,
done.
that was Pete Rose.
See, I was actually working here, and he called me through Ron Robinson. He says, "You've been working out," which I hadn't been. He says, "Oh, you get
Well,
go
you
to
lied, didn't you? Because
a little
you made
bit."
a lot of money.
Well, I wanted to go back, and so I went to AAA, and it didn't really work out. The Reds had a bad year, and Pete had problems, so I just called him and said, "I'm going to go home."
Yeah.
Time for me to go home.
And but I got to tell you something. How many years? You played a lot of years. I mean, there's very few people that played in Major League Baseball.
Well, let's put it this way: there's 30,000 people played the big leagues in history. 1,500 played 15 years or more. I'm one of those 1,500 people.
15 plus years. That's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah,
It's amazing how many great athletes are right here in Visalia, right, Stan?
Fantastic.
I mean, this guy's, and he's way up there. I mean, we're very proud of this man. And thanks for sitting with me, Jimmy.
Well, I love it. I love talking baseball. I love
I
being
do
with
too,
you and
man.
Stan. I love
And this
Visalia.
is, thank you,
It's
Mr.
it's my town. It's my hometown. Came
And
back.
you want to see some great memorabilia. This guy
He has it.
This guy's got Sports Hall of Fame in his house.
Oh, big time.
So maybe he'll bring us some stuff and we'll show it. I was going to tell you, Jimmy brought me all kinds of cool stuff.
That's in French, by the way.
Yeah, I
can't
noticed
speak.
that. Well, I can't read that.
I can't speak French.
But anyway, and I got some stuff I'm going to put. I'm going to frame and put up here and show it off.
I do have a gift from him.
Oh, okay.
It is coming.
Thank you, everybody, for listening, and I really appreciate these great Visalia sports heroes for sitting down with me. Have a great day and a great weekend from all of us at Crawdaddies.